Ever wondered how a cartoon show might predict real-world events? This might sound like an outlandish proposition, but when we delve into the realm of The Simpsons, the line between fiction and reality begins to blur. This iconic American sitcom, beloved for its satirical take on a middle-class family's life, has an uncanny knack for foretelling the future. Yes, you heard that right. The Simpsons, with its yellow-skinned characters and comedic wit, seems to be a crystal ball in the world of animation. Over the years, it has chalked up an impressive list of predictions that have astonishingly come to fruition. Remember when they foretold the tiger attack on Siegfried and Roy? Or when they predicted Disney's acquisition of 20th Century Fox? How about when they eerily mirrored the Trump presidency 16 years in advance? And let's not forget the time they foresaw the FIFA corruption scandal. These are not mere coincidences, but instances of The Simpsons' prophetic prowess. Now this brings us to a more serious and complex topic, the Pentagon Wars. It's a term that evokes images of global conflicts, political intrigue, and high-stakes warfare. But how does this tie in with our favorite animated show? Could the creators of The Simpsons have possibly hinted at such grave events? The answer might surprise you. In the labyrinth of The Simpsons episodes, there are hidden clues and subtle hints that suggest they might have foreseen the Pentagon Wars. This is not about spinning conspiracy theories, but about exploring the fascinating intersection of pop culture and real-world events. It's about understanding how a cartoon show can reflect and possibly predict the complexities of our world. So, could The Simpsons really have foreseen the Pentagon Wars? Well, that's a question worth exploring. As we dive deeper into the show's uncanny predictions, let's keep our minds open to the possibility that this beloved sitcom might just be more than just entertainment. Let's dive deeper. From accurately predicting Super Bowl winners to foreseeing technological advancements, The Simpsons have done it all. This iconic animated sitcom has a knack for making predictions that astonishingly come true. The show's creators seem to have an uncanny ability to peek into the future, creating a cocktail of humor and prophecy that keeps audiences hooked. Over the 3 decades and counting of its run, The Simpsons have made predictions that have turned out to be eerily accurate. Remember the time when the show predicted the invention of the smartwatch, years before it came into existence? Or when it foresaw the FIFA corruption scandal, long before anyone else did? And let's not forget about the time when they predicted Donald Trump's presidency, a whole 16 years before it happened. These are not mere coincidences. They are predictions that have come to pass, causing fans and skeptics alike to wonder about the prophetic nature of this beloved show. But it's not just about making accurate predictions, it's about the subtlety and wit with which The Simpsons weave these prophecies into their narrative. These predictions are not the main focus of the episodes they appear in. Instead, they are cleverly hidden, often in plain sight, waiting for the future to unravel them. This subtlety adds a layer of mystique to the show, making its prophetic episodes all the more intriguing. So what is it about The Simpsons that allows them to predict the future so accurately? Some say it's the show's longevity, coupled with its penchant for social commentary. Others believe it's pure luck, but whatever the reason, there's no denying that The Simpsons have a unique ability to predict the future, making them a fascinating study in pop culture prophecy. And what about the Pentagon Wars? Could a cartoon show really predict such a complex and significant event? Stay tuned as we delve deeper into this intriguing prediction and explore the prophetic prowess of The Simpsons. To understand the potential prediction, we first need to grasp the essence of the Pentagon Wars. Picture this, the late 20th century. The corridors of power in Washington, D.C. are buzzing with talk about a new, cutting-edge weapon system. The Bradley fighting vehicle, to be exact, a project that would ultimately take 2 decades, cost over $14 billion, and become the very symbol of military procurement gone awry. This, folks, is the crux of the Pentagon Wars. The key players in this saga are both intriguing and diverse. On one hand, we have the military brass, individuals who are more vested in saving face and protecting their careers than in delivering a safe and effective vehicle for our troops. On the other, we have Colonel James Burton, a man who dared to challenge the system, and in doing so, exposed the deeply flawed bureaucracy of the Pentagon. The Pentagon Wars were not about tanks and artillery, but about power struggles and the veil of secrecy. It was a war fought in the shadowy world of military procurement, where the lines between right and wrong were often blurred, and the stakes were incredibly high. The significance of the Pentagon Wars transcends beyond the Bradley fighting vehicle. It's a stark reminder of unchecked power and the danger of prioritizing bureaucracy over the lives of soldiers. It's a story of courage and the relentless pursuit of truth in the face of overwhelming opposition. The Pentagon Wars, in essence, is a mirror held up to the system, reflecting a troubling image of corruption, cover-ups, and a lack of accountability. It's a story that continues to resonate today, reminding us of the need for transparency and integrity in all aspects of governance, and especially in matters of national security. Now that we have a better understanding of the Pentagon Wars, let's see how The Simpsons might have predicted this. Against all odds, The Simpsons seem to have hinted at the Pentagon Wars in one of their episodes. Now let's dive deep into the specifics. In the episode titled Bart to the Future, which first aired in the year 2000, we find a peculiar scene. Lisa Simpson, as the President of the United States, refers to a budget crunch from her predecessor that she has to clean up, which seems to be an allusion to a military conflict. The dialogue is intriguing, as it subtly hints at a financial crisis due to a war. Could this be a veiled reference to the Pentagon Wars? It's a thought-provoking notion, isn't it? The episode doesn't stop there. It further shows Lisa's administration grappling with the aftermath of this budget crunch, which could be interpreted as the fallout of a war. Another intriguing episode is The Principal and the Pauper. Here, Principal Skinner, a well-known character in the series, is revealed to be an imposter, a man who assumed the identity of a soldier presumed dead in a war. This plot twist might suggest the hidden intricacies and deceptions that often accompany military conflicts and, by extension, the Pentagon Wars. Or consider New Kids on the Block, where a boy band, including Bart and his friends, are used to subliminally recruit teenagers for the Navy. This episode, aired in 2001, can be seen as a critique of the military-industrial complex. These episodes, among others, contain subtle undertones and allusions that could be interpreted as hints towards the Pentagon Wars. The Simpsons, in their own satirical and humorous way, have often mirrored and even foretold real-world events. While it's possible that these are merely creative coincidences, it's equally plausible that the writers, intentionally or not, touched upon themes that later became reality. It might seem far-fetched, but when we look at The Simpsons' track record, it's hard to dismiss this as mere coincidence. The Simpsons' predictions have baffled many, leading to various theories about how a cartoon show could foresee real-world events. Some attribute it to pure coincidence, while others believe there's more to it than meets the eye. One theory suggests that the show's writers have a crystal ball tucked away in their creative room, but that's a bit far-fetched, isn't it? A more plausible explanation points to the intellectual prowess of the show's writing team. Comprising Harvard graduates, lawyers and academicians, the writers are well versed in world affairs, politics and science. This diverse knowledge base allows them to create storylines that reflect possible future scenarios, which sometimes uncannily mirror reality. Another theory points to the law of large numbers. The Simpsons, with over 700 episodes spanning more than 3 decades, has covered a vast array of topics. With such a massive output, it's statistically probable that some of their fictional plots would eventually align with real-world events. Then there's the idea of predictive programming, a conspiracy theory suggesting that The Simpsons, along with other media, is used to subtly condition the public to accept planned future events. This theory, however controversial, has found traction among those who find the show's accuracy unsettling. Lastly, some argue that The Simpsons' predictions are a self-fulfilling prophecy. The show's global popularity means that its content influences millions. Thus, some of its predictions could come true simply because they've been put into the collective consciousness. Each theory provides a unique lens through which to view The Simpsons' eerie knack for prediction. Yet, none can fully explain the phenomenon. Perhaps the show's creators are just great at reading societal trends and projecting them into the future, or maybe they're just incredibly lucky. Whether The Simpsons is a cartoon oracle or just a show with incredibly lucky guesses, its predictions continue to amaze us all.